I'm going to practice some chords today, and for the uh, for the students that just started playing the keyboard, I'm gonna do it in the key of C. So to make it easier, and I'm gonna do it using the roots instead of inversion, such as first inversion of the chord, second inversion of the chord, and so on. Just like C, this is a root chord of C major. That means I started. That means I use C as the first note of the C of the chord, which is C E G. Okay. So that's the way I'm going to practice the C chords today. And maybe next time I can use the first inversion. The first inversion is instead of starting the chord on the root, which is the C, you start on the third, which is E, and C will go up one octave. So I would go E. So you got, if you start from the root, it's gonna be C E G. First inversion would be E G C, and second inversion would be G C E. Okay, so but I'm gonna practice using the root. Okay, so this is that's C major, simple chord. Now if I want to play C minor, all I need to do is lower the third note of the C major chord a half step lower. But okay, so I'm going to this is the third note of the C major chord is E. If I lower E a half step, that means I'm going down a half step. That would be E flat. So if I play, then I got my E, I got my C minor chord. That's all I need to do. That's all I need to do in order to transform the C major chord into a C minor chord is lower the third of the major chord of the C major chord a half step. So that would be E flat. Okay. Okay. So I'm practicing, and and if you just started playing the keyboard as a student, you can join me. This is not for this is not for the gurus, you know. This is so. I got my E minor. No, I got my C minor chord with the E flat. The E flat, that's what makes the chord minor, the E flat. That's what makes the C chord minor. All right, so. So as you can hear what I'm doing, I'm kind of I'm kind of just play around with the the C minor chord. I just play 9. Okay, well, what if I want to play? I just play C minor 9, right? But in 9, what you do, you just add you just add the second note of the C major scale, which is D. So this is D, and this is my C 9, and I got my, and I still got my E minor, E flat, and then I got my G. So I just got C minor 9. What if I want to make it a C minor 9, C minor 6 9? Okay, so what I need to do now, I know I have the 9 of the C major scale, the 9 which is actually second, you add 7 to it, give you a 9, and if I'm going to play 6, I can call it 13, that means I add 7 to the 6, and if I go to the keyboard, I'm going to find, let me find the 6, note number 6, in the key of C major scale. Let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, 6 is A. That's an A note in the key of C major scale, and I know the 9. That the 9 is a 2. Is 2. So 1 2. Okay, it's a D, and I already know my E flat. So I'm going to play C and 9, which is D, and I play my E flat, make it minor, then I play the 5th, which is with the G, then I play my 6, which is also 13. So now I have C minor 6 9. Okay, see, that's a nice chord. All right, so, and I can, there's a lot of chords you can build right here if you want to, but let's see. Okay, let me go back to C minor. C minor. Okay. What if I lower the 5th note of the C minor chord? Okay. This is the 5th of G. Okay. What if I lower G a half step? Okay, give me. You see? So now I have it diminished. Okay, I have C diminished now. Why? Because I I got a flat 3 and I got a flat 5. Okay? I got a C note and a flat 5 and a flat 3, which is E flat, and a flat 5, which is G flat. So that makes the chord a C diminished. No, sorry, that's wrong here. Yeah, right there. A C diminished. So every time, if I want to play a diminished chord, especially if I'm using the root of the chord, all I need to do lower the third note in the chord half step, and lower the fifth note of the chord half step. In this case, C, E flat, G flat. Then I got my C diminished. All right. See? Now what if I want to play C augmented? Okay, this is my C again. C, no. This is I'm going back to the regular major, not minor, major, C major. Alright. Okay. I want to play C augmented. Alright then. This is C, E, G. So all I need to do to play C augmented is raise the fifth note of the C chord a half step. Raise it. What is the fifth note of C? It's a G. Okay, then if I raise G a half step, go up a half step, I have G sharp, G sharp or A flat and harmonic. So I go so I'm going to play C, E, and G sharp. There you go. Now I have my C augmented. Okay. So what we have learned? What have we learned so far? C major, C minor, C augmented. Okay. Of course, earlier I played some 9 and 6. It's just to experiment. I was just experimenting. So, but we know we got C, C minor, C augmented. Alright. Okay, now what if I want to play something called C major 7th chord? 7, major 7. Okay, that means I'm thinking about the 7th note of the major, the 7th note of C major scale. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's B. So all I need to do to play my C major 7th chord is to add that note, B, to my regular C major chord. And I know my regular C major chord was E, not E, D, C. C, E, G. Now to have my C major 7th chord, all I need to do, add the B, which is the 7th note of the C major scale. And I can play the whole 4 notes now to play the chord. That's the C major 7 chord. Okay. Oh, let's do something then. Since we playing C major 7 chord, so no, we can do something right here. So if I lower this that seventh, the seventh note that I just played, which is the B, if I lower it a half step, I go down a half step, okay? From that note B, I'm gonna have a B flat. You see, because well, now from a C major 7, remember I added the 7th note of the C major scale in order to give me my C major 7 chord. Now I need a C dominant 7 chord, and all I need to do now from the C major 7 chord is lower the 7th note, that I just added to play my C major 7 chord, a half step. B, lower it a half step, go down a half step from the B, and I got a B flat. Then I have C dominant 7th. Alright, see? So what we can put in our heads now, a major, anytime we are talking about major 7th, that's we're talking about adding the 7th note of the major scale to the regular major chord. Now, if you're talking about dominant 7th chord, is lower that 7th note a half step, okay? Half step, lower, and then you get to flat 7, and then you got your dominant 7 chord. So major 7th, that's a regular 7th note of the major scale. Dominant 7th, that's flat 7th, okay, of the major 7 of the major scale. So, all right then. So what if I want to play? Now I'm playing C dominant 7. Okay, from here? What if I want to play C minor 7? Okay, that's easy right here, because the only note I'm missing now, I know you know. In order to make a major chord minor, what do? You lower the 3rd note of the chord a half step. So I got everything I need here, because I have C dominant 7th right here. So all I need to do now is lower E a half step, and I got an E flat. Now I got my E. I have my C minor 7th chord. You see that? See? Man, there's more we can do here. I'm going to continue. Okay. All right. See? Okay, we have now C. We have C, E flat. We got G, and we got B flat. That gives you C minor 7th. Okay? Now, what if I lower the 5th? Right here. I'm not moving, I'm not going anywhere. From the same shape, from the same structure here. I'm playing several chords. Okay, now I'm going to lower the fifth of the C dominant 7th chord. Lower the fifth of the C dominant 7th chord a half step. Go down a half step. What is the fifth note? Is G. I'm going to lower G a half step, go down a half step, and I got a G flat. Oh, now what do I have now? I got okay. I got C, E flat, make it's minor, and I got G. I got G flat now. I can say G minor flat 5, and I got E. I got B flat, which make it a 7, minor 7. So right now I have C minor 7 flat 5 chord. See, just one place I'm playing all those chords. Okay. Now I got okay. There's we can still do more here. Okay, let's see. Man, there's a lot you can do right here, okay? But what if I lower the flat 7th of the C minor 7 flat 5 a half step? What if I lower the flat 7, which is B flat, a half step, and it becomes an A? Okay? Like a double flat now, alright? You know what I have now? I got a diminished 7th chord. So the C minor 7 flat 5, which is this one here, we can call it a half diminished chord. And then when you lower the flat 7th a half step, you go down a half step from the B flat, and you got an A. Okay, that like a double flat. Now you have a full dominant 7th chord. No, you got a full diminished 7th chord. Half diminished right here, and full diminished 7th chord. All right. So this is a good way to practice chords on the keyboard. Okay, what now if I remember playing earlier this chord. Okay, you remember? That's C augmented. But I want to play C augmented. I want to play C dominant 7th augmented, or C. Yeah, I think I can name it that way. C dominant seventh augmented, or C augmented dominant seventh. Okay, so this is okay. This is the C augmented chord. All I did, I raised the fifth of a C major chord, which is give me uh, G sharp, G sharp, which gives me my augmented my C augmented chord. Now remember, in order to have a dominant seventh chord, you need the flat seventh of the scale, of the major scale. In the C major scale, the flat seventh is B flat. So all I need to do here to play my C augmented dominant seventh chord is to add B flat to it. Okay, and I got it. So this is my C augmented, C dominant seventh augmented. Okay. All right. Now, what if I want to play a C major 6 chord? I say C major because I say C major 6 because I'm not thinking about flat 3. Flat 3 would make it minor. I thought about C major 6. Okay. First of all, let me find my C major chord. C, E, G. G is the fifth note of the chord. Well, 6 is right here. It's a whole step. It's a whole step. It's a whole step above G. That's A. Okay, all I need to do now is add it to the chord. I have E, I have C, E, G, A. All right, there you go. And what I'm doing now, using the C major scale, you can do it in any major scale. All you need to do is transpose to the other keys and do the same thing. Okay, so what I just did here. Okay, I just played C major 6. Okay, do you want to make it C minor 6? Because I'm playing C major 6 now. Do you want to make it minor? Okay. What do you need to do? Lower the third of the chord, which will give us, E flat. So okay then, this is E flat. And you keep everything else. Okay. Now I have C minor 6. Okay. C minor 6. So this is a very practical way to learn chords on the keyboard. You just come to the keyboard. Don't try to go crazy and what. No, you come. You get in front of your keyboard, and in your head you think about chords you want to play, and then you try to do that. You try to construct those chords on the keyboard. Okay. So let's see. I got, okay, let me say, okay, now I got, let me return to the C major 7th chord. Well, did you know you can play C minor major 7? Yes, you can. Okay. But what I'm doing now, I have my major 7th chord. C major 7th chord. I got my C major 7th chord. But I want to play C minor major 7th chord. What do I need to do? Here, just lower the third of the chord, and I have E flat. Okay? Now I have C minor major 7th chord. Alright, okay, what else? There's a, there's a, there's a very nice chord I want to play. Okay. What if you want to play instead of C major scale, you want to play C suspended 4. Okay. So that means if I'm gonna play C suspended 4, I got, remember, I go to my chord, I have my C chord, C, E, G, 1, 3, 5. Now I'm gonna forget the 3 now, because I want to play C suspended 4. Now I'm thinking about the 4th note, not the 3rd note. So forget the E now. I'm gonna play, okay, E. What is the 4th note in the key of C? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's F. Okay, so we're gonna, instead of playing E, instead of playing C, E, G, I'm gonna play C, F, G. Alright, so now I got see, so what do I have now? I have C suspended 4. And you can hear that tension. You can hear that tension in that in this chord. You know, it's not, if I play the regular major chord, there's no tension there, because this chord is the C major chord, it completes itself. You know, it completes itself. It is at home. But if I add that, if I play the F instead of the E, and I play, see, that chords is not stable. It wants to move somewhere, because it's not, yeah, it's not stable. It's not a consonant chord. So it needs to move. It needs to resolve somewhere. Okay. Okay. Now, what if you want to play? First of all, let's do something. Okay. I'm gonna back to something so we can understand the concept. All right. I'm gonna play regular C major chord. Okay. Now I want to play C dominant 7. All I need to do, I need to add flat 7 to it. Okay, B flat. Okay. Now forget the E in the C major chord. We're gonna play the 4th note instead to make it suspended 4. Now I want to play C dominant 7 suspended 4. Okay, this is my suspended 4 chord. I want to play, now I want to play the dominant 7 suspended, C dominant 7 suspended 4. What makes C a major chord a dominant 7 chord is by adding the flat 7th of the C major scale to the chord, which is B flat. Okay, now I have my C dominant 7th suspended 4 chord. Alright. Then when you do that, you can add 9, you can add 6, 6, 9, you can, there's a lot of, when you, with the extension 9, 11, sharp 11, 13, when you have those chords, you can combine all those extensions and make some really complex chords. Okay. All right, let's see what else I want to. Okay, let's see. C major 7. Okay, let me try something else. Let me have a C major. You remember that? C major 7th. What if I want to have a C major 7th augmented? Okay. Okay. To have my, this is my C major 7. I just add B to my C major chord. Now to have my C major 7 augmented, I need to raise the fifth note of the chord, a half step, which is G. You're going to give me this, and I still play. Then I play my B chord, which makes it a major 7 chord. So I got. Now I'm going to play the whole I'm going to play the 4 notes to give me the chord C major 7 augmented. See? See, that's very there's a lot of chords that's a good pragmatic way to practice chords on the keyboard. Don't go crazy thinking about the chords. Just get in front of your keyboard and say, okay, I want what chord, what sound you're looking for. Are you looking for a minor? Are you looking for are you looking for diminished? Are you looking for half diminished? Then you start. Then you try to build those chords on the keyboard. And like I said, you can play. All you got to do transpose to other keys, and it's the same thing. It's the same stuff you do. All right. So I think see. on playing, keep on practicing. You know, that's music is it it takes dedication, passion. Um, you gotta love it to play it. So keep on playing. Later.